Fastrak Racing Series Weekly Live, sponsored by FK Rod Ends and brought to you by ETV Live Radio, powered by the HD Radio Network. Here is Wesley Outland.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another night of the fastest hour on Dirt Radio. It's Fastrak Weekly Live, presented by FK Rod Ends and Shortway Real Estate Incorporated on the Fastrak Radio Network, along with ETV Live, powered by the HD Radio Network. And John Wesley, it's good to have you back. J.D. Webb was running the boards last Tuesday night, and it was definitely a different experience, but we are ready to rock and roll. We have got a great show lined up for you, and, of course, it will go by in 1 hour, and in less than T-minus 1 hour after signing off, back on the road to Tampa, going back down to East Bay Raceway Park, and for the final 4 nights of the 37th Annual Winter Nationals, and looking forward to going back for that event. And got a good guest going with me, Scott Miller from Nitro Photos, also going to be going and making the trip. So really excited to be going, and going to be a great time. But as for everybody in the fast track world, we had a lot of success less than 2 weeks ago at the East Bay Winter Nationals, and now we set our sights in preparation for the Gordon Park 100 coming up on March 1st and 2nd at the Gordon Park Speedway in Augusta, Georgia. And coming up the following week, we will be having the return of Late Model Mania. WrestleMania, eat your heart out for all you wrestling lovers. But Late Model Mania, the best exciting race at Livonia Speedway, is back. The return of the Livonia Speedway is back, the 3/8 mile track. And, man, we've got a great show lined up tonight with all information involving a great series announcer, a great promoter, bringing back a racetrack with Stan Lester at Livonia, and also a great Northeast fast track late model driver. Before we go to break and get the show started, here's a look at what we got going on tonight. We will get things kicked off with Tommy Tedder. And folks that are tuned in on ETV Live, powered by the HD Radio Network, be prepared to have him on and hear his voice throughout the season, as he is the announcer of the Ultimate Super Series. Me and him do a lot of co-races together, sanctioned events together, broadcasts together. And a lot of times, Ultimate's doing their deal, Fast Track's doing our deal. But anyhow, Late Model Mania will have me and him together. We'll have Tommy Tedder to talk about the Ultimate Super Late Model Series season, starting up at Late Model Mania tonight. We're also going to have on the driver of car number 20 out of Corning, New York, Wayne Robertson, Rowdy Wayne Robertson of the number 20 TNT chassis. And to follow him will be Max King, co-promoter with Stan Lester and General Manager Brad York of Livonia Speedway, to talk about Late Model Mania. So we got a great show lined up for you tonight on the February's 12th edition of Fast Track Weekly Live here on ETV Live, powered by the HD Radio Network. Let's get it started. We'll be right back to get it going right after this word.
GM Performance Parts are under every hood in fast track competition. GM Performance Parts. When performance really counts, count on GM Performance Parts. Found in major parts stores all over the country.
City Chevrolet is the race fan's friend with great low-price deals every day on quality cars, trucks, and vans. Visit City Chevrolet online today at citychevrolet.com for an unbeatable online deal on a new or used Chevy vehicle. City Chevrolet, centrally located in the heart of racing country on Highway 74 in beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina. The little drive that saves race fans a lot.
Owens, Moyer, Burkoffer, Mars, and Davenport all get dirty with FK.
Jimmy Owens wins!
FK Rod Ends is a family-owned American manufacturing company supporting the racing world for 25 years, as their rod ends have helped some of the nation's best dirt late model drivers find victory lane too many times to count.
Lucas Oil Late Model National Champion Billy Moyer!
Dedicated to quality, FK is your answer in the rod end game. So why wait? Get dirty with FK.
For more details, go online to www.fkrodians.com. FK Rodians sponsors all broadcasts on the Fastrak Radio Network. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Fastrak Weekly Live. As we are trying to connect to our first guest here tonight, we'll try to get back with him here on the line, trying to call him up. And we appreciate everybody tuned in on the February 12th edition. I am Wesley Outley, and great job, as always, by my executive producer and engineer tonight, Mr. John Wessling in Indianapolis, Indiana. I know there's been some snow on the ground in Indianapolis, and hopefully he is staying warm and enjoying the snow. No, I'm just kidding, John. I know you hate it. I cannot live in an area where it's filled with snow, so definitely we'll definitely appreciate him, though, being a part of what we do here every Tuesday. So we will go to the phone lines, and we'll get our first guest on the air. It will be Mr. Tommy Tedder of the Ultimate Super Late Model Series. Call because I know he's got dinner arrangements lined up at 7:30 tonight, so I just wanted to go ahead and line him up, get him out of the way. Coming up after him will be Wayne Robertson of the 20 car, the TNT out of Corning, New York. But Tommy Tedder, first of many interviews throughout the season, and Fastrak Companies International, and the third year, the junior year of the Ultimate Super Late Model Series kicks into high gear. Good to have you on the show, my friend.
Thank you, Leslie. Good to be back on Fast Track Live. It's been a little while. Back in November, but you've had a couple shows already. Ultimate's going to gear up in just a couple weeks, March 10th down at Livonia, and we are set for the best year yet for the Ultimates. Lots of new guys going to be running with us this year, so just a lot of good things going on with the Ultimate Series.
And I want to throw out there as well, what a great East Bay Winter Nationals we had for the Fast Track Racing Series. And I know that the Ultimate team is all excited and pumped up, ready to go to Late Model Mania. How big is it to be, how excited are you to be a part of something as an event of that magnitude? I know for many, many years before the track had shut down off I-85 in Livonia, that used to be the cat's pajamas, so to speak, for big shows in the Peach State.
You're not kidding, Wesley. That's just one of our kind of marquee events this year. We got several events this year that are just, we've been very fortunate and very blessed with the Ultimate Series. Not only are we a part of Late Model Mania at Livonia Speedway, but also this year we're going to be the sanctioning body for the USA 100
yes, sir.
At Virginia Motor Speedway. That's a big deal. That's a big deal for Mr. Sawyer and the USA 100 folks to put their trust in the Ultimate Series to sanction that. That's really big. But way before then, we do have the Late Model Mania down there at Livonia, and that's March 10th for us on a Sunday. Really looking forward to that show.
Absolutely, and of course, it will be a co-sanctioned event with the season of the Decade of Speed Tour for the Fast Track Racing Series, the Fast Track City Chevrolet Touring Division, and it will actually be the third race on the schedule for as far as touring events of the year for Fast Track, because we've been at East Bay. They were going to be the week before on March 1st and 2nd at Gordon Park 100 in Grovetown, Georgia, and then up the road there, Livonia. Late Model Mania, practice on Friday night for Fast Track heat races, qualifying, and all that good stuff on Saturday, and then the Consi and the feature of racing 3,000 to win on Sunday with the 5,000 to win Ultimate Super Late Model Series show, and also the Southeastern Late Model Sportsman Series, and those guys put on a pretty good show as well. Randy McCoy and company.
Interesting. Just that's a great track. I've read a lot about it, seen some videos from there. I haven't had the pleasure of being there personally, but from everything I hear, it's just going to be great. I know that they put a lot of work into remarketing the track and refurbishing and making it the place that it once was and the best track that it can be throughout Georgia, hopefully.
Absolutely, and Tommy Tedder is on the line, and not only that, he is, of course, the announcer of the He's the announcer of the Cleveland County Speedway and Motorsports Complex in Lawndale, North Carolina. And Tommy, I know that you're looking forward to being back for that Friday night track as well.
Oh, absolutely, Wesley. I just got off the phone with Tammy Mullis, our general manager, speaking to her and just trying to make, I thought we might hit that topic, and going to have a couple of touring events there along with one Ultimate Super event there this year. I believe that is, I'm looking at the schedule here. That should be, I believe that's June 12th. June 12th, I think, yeah.
Okay.
July 12th. That's a doubleheader weekend for us, July 12th in Lawndale at Cleveland County Speedway, and then going to Friendships Motor Speedway in Elkin, North Carolina on that Saturday the 13th. So big weekend there, doubleheader, not much travel between the two locations. So, again, just a lot of good things going on for the Ultimate Series. Back to Cleveland County Speedway, though, just spoke to him. Mr. Mason, always working on that track, trying to make it better and better. He's going to take out a little bit of banking this year. He's going to take it out.
Really?
He's going to widen the track back up a little bit. Hopefully to promote a little more side-by-side racing. 26 degrees of banking in the turns, on turns 1 and 2 last year. That was a lot. Boy, they were flying through the turns there. But it did kind of groove down the track to one groove. Hopefully, widen it back out, taking some banking out. We'll get back to 2 and 3 wide, which is what we used to see regularly there. I encourage everyone in the Carolinas, if you're out and about, come visit us there on a regular Friday night show. If you don't have a fast track touring event, let us show you what we got there, because it is one of the best prepared surfaces week in and week out, without a doubt. Their announcer's not much here. The surface is really good.
Come on, Tom. You don't give yourself enough credit. You don't give yourself enough credit, dude. You're going on 3 years with the series. So you're 1 year behind me, but you're still kicking it, dude. And people don't realize the traveling schedule. So many people, and I was tuned into Wing Nation with a good racing announcer buddy of mine, Steve Post, and they were talking about the races going up for the sprint cars, evolution, everything. And they had probably one of the best announcers in the country for dirt, Johnny Gibson, and they were talking about just announcers in general. People don't realize that, Tommy, we have a very crazy, hectic schedule. It's even though we're not in the race shops building the cars or making the sponsor sales or doing whatever, you're working on prep notes, you're working on announcer notes, you're working on stats, you're working on points, you're working on getting your bags packed. You're doing the stuff like I'm doing with announcing and PR. You're on the road a lot, and it's time away from family, time away from friends, time away from some things you like to do that you can't because you're committed. It's definitely it's definitely a time strain for your day-to-day life, especially when you take on a role as what me and you do, announcing races for like Fast Track or Ultimate.
It is, Wesley, but we do it because we enjoy it. That's why we want to be there.
Yeah. We
enjoy it. The fact that that we get to be a part of the show is just kind of icing on the cake. We want to be there because it is two of the greatest shows around, regionally especially, for the Ultimate Series. So I feel very blessed to be a part of it. Yeah, we ride around. We have some travel sometimes, and we get home 4, 5, 6 in the morning on Sunday mornings sometimes, which makes the turnaround to make them 8:30 service tough some days. But that's what we've chosen.
Yep.
As many of the racers have chosen, and I don't regret that at all. As I know most of them don't. Yeah, it gets a little tiring sometimes, but the work we put in beforehand, it's all for the fans. We do it because we love the racing, and we do it for the fans to give them the best information we possibly can, and to help put on the best show we can. We're not the show. We just we try to enhance it the best we can, and give them the most bang for their buck they possibly can get. Because that's what it's all about. It's an entertainment. And their entertainment dollar, they We want to make sure they're getting every penny's worth.
And I've told a lot of people that, bottom line, it's the Fast Track program, Companies International, which is also the Ultimate Super Late Model Series. People are really taking notice to it. I mean, like, for instance, last night on my national show, and the winner is, you had Josh Richards and Shane Clanton, and they were talking about the Ultimate Series and that they're going to run big shows. And Brandon Shepard, who used to be in the Rocket House car, now in the B5 Rocket, he's going to try to run Ultimate events. And even Shane Clanton mentioned that, Casey Roberts and himself might get a crate car and start running crate late model races. As I know you do an Ultimate Super Series, Tommy, but is it safe to say we could possibly see these super drivers start taking crate late model racing a little bit more seriously now, like with Fast Track?
Wesley, I think there's no doubt about it. First off, the economy of it, you've already got most of them have 2 cars sitting there anyhow, some more than that. When the super racing is off, and we're not as steady as, we don't have as many shows probably as the Fast Track Touring Series. So, there's nobody hardly doing a regular weekly super show where there's a lot of tracks doing a Fast Track weekly show. Gives them a chance for more seat time. They may try something different because, let's face it, the chassis and shocks and stuff are basic or are the same. They have a little bit different setup because of the horsepower difference, but still, it's basically the same car, and they can try a few things out, maybe in the crate car to help them in their super, or maybe they find something in the super to help them in the pro late model car. So, I think it's the same reason the guys in Sprint Cup run nationwide: more seat time, getting the feel of the track and stuff. So, yeah, I think we'll see more and more do it.
Absolutely, and if you want to be a part of the conversation with me and Tommy, you can send us to Twitter, fasttrack_racing at twitter.com. I've got the Twitter, you got the Twitter page right here in front of me. I'll answer whatever questions we've got. Also, if you want to send one through ETV Live, you're more than welcome to. Twitter, hashtag or at ETVRSR, and we will get those interviews out there as well. And of course, also follow them on Facebook, Fast Track Racing Series, Ultimate Super Late Model Series, and Twitter as Ultimate 2, and Ultimate Super or Ultimate _
At Ultimate Supers. At Ultimate Supers.
You changed it on me again.
I think it's always been at Ultimate Supers.
Okay. But, man, a lot of the other big races I want to mention as well. Talking to Tommy Tanner, voice of the Ultimate Super Late Model Series, on the preview of the junior year for the Ultimate Super Late Model Tour, the premier touring series of the Southeast. Tommy, I don't want to mention any names. We don't want to mention them. We call them the X brand now. That's what Al Varnador said the other competition is for everything with Fast Track and Ultimate from now on. But it was given to me, and I done some following up on it this morning. An X brand has gone under, and obviously this is going to be in a big benefit for the Ultimate Supers now in the region for 2013.
We'll be happy to take any and all comers, that's for sure. We had a good field of cars at every track last year. We're anxious to see more. I know myself, I've talked to quite a few drivers that did not run regular with us that are going to be very regular with us this year.
Right.
Including like a Dennis Rambo Franklin, Jonathan Davenport is scheduled to run quite a few shows as well, as my understanding. Again, just a couple names. They're not going to be at every show, I know, but they are going to be much more regular with us. Jeff Smith personally told me that he would be with us much more this coming year. That's Jeff Smith out of Dallas, North Carolina. He's going to be with us much more regular. Of course, we're going to have back defending champion Casey Roberts. Casey Barrow being our Rookie of the Year. Casey Roberts, the 2012 champion, just missed that 2011 championship by 1 point. Chris Ferguson, his brother Brandon, told me that they expect to run more events with us this year. So hopefully that we're going to see a lot more guys. And, hey, we got our shows. Most of our shows have increased their purse this year.
Yes, sir.
3 $10,000 shows this year. So, yeah, we expect to see a few more guys this year. And, you know what, if some other guys are having a little trouble, we hate to hear that. We welcome with open arms and have to come on and run with us regular, because we're going to be Livonia, North Georgia Speedway, Volunteer at Bulls Gap, Friendship and Elkin, County Line twice over the year, Virginia Motor Speedway for that big $10,000 USA 100 event, Smoky Mountain Speedway in Maryville, Tennessee, a new track for us, I-77 Raceway Park in Ripley, West Virginia. I know y'all ran there last year with the Fastrak. Ultimates are going to be proud to go there this year. Of course, we'll be back at Toccoa. Beckley Motorsports Park, another one that'll be a new track for us this year. That's a 2-day, $10,000 show for us up there, too.
That'll be the second annual Black Gold 50, which was actually won by Tim Dome's son, Zach Dome, last year. And it was a 2,000 to win unsanctioned event. And I told Joe Jackson and his wife, Billy Joe, I think if you really want to get more butts in the seats and more cars, make it a sanctioned event. And I'm so glad that they have decided to have the Ultimate Super Late Model Series sanction that program. Coming about 5 minutes, Wayne Robertson out of Corning, New York, joining us in the number 20 TNT. And he'll be talking about his experience at East Bay and running up in the Fast Track Northeast program. And, of course, rounded out the program at 7:45, Max King, co-promoter with Stan Lester at Livonia Speedway to talk about late model mania. Again, Tommy, just another couple of big events. You mentioned the 10,000 win event, the Black Gold at Beckley, the going to I-77 in Ripley. By the way, we've never been there before, and it has been announced they will be part of the Fast Track Weekly Racing program and touring events as well at Ripley, West Virginia, and maybe a big announcement coming out of that place possibly on Labor Day is what I've been told. So, yeah, put 2 and 2 together. If you follow Ripley, you follow
GM Performance Parts are under every hood in Fast Track competition. GM Performance Parts. When performance really counts, count on GM Performance Parts. Found in major part stores all over the country.
City Chevrolet is the race fan's friend with great low-price deals every day on quality cars, trucks, and vans. Visit City Chevrolet online today at citychevrolet.com for an unbeatable online deal on a new or used Chevy vehicle. City Chevrolet, centrally located in the heart of racing country on Highway 74 in beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina. The little drive that saves race fans a lot.
Owens, Moyer, Burkoffer, Mars, and Davenport all get dirty with FK.
Jim Owens wins!
FK Rod Ends is a family-owned American manufacturing company supporting the racing world for 25 years, as their rod ends have helped some of the nation's best dirt late model drivers find victory lane too many times to count.
Lucas Oil Late Model National Champion Billy Moyer!
Dedicated to quality, FK is your answer in the rod end game. So why wait? Get dirty with FK.
For more details, go online to www.fkrodians.com. FK Rodians sponsors all broadcasts on the Fast Track Radio Network.
I need new struts for my 2000 Toyota. Let me see struts by AC Delco, Monroe, and any under $50.
We might be able to get some struts from the warehouse.
Why watch the counterman tap on his computer and hope he chooses the right part? Go to rockauto.com. Auto and body parts from hundreds of manufacturers. Choose the brands, prices, and features you want. Auto parts at the lowest price. Conveniently delivered to your home or business. Log on to rockauto.com. All the parts your car will ever need.
Okay. Stand by.
Back to the Fast Track Weekly Live, presented by FK Rod-Ins on Fast Track Radio Network, the fastest hour on dirt radio. We now return to the Fast Track Shack with your host, Wesley Outland, the voice of the premier pro late model series in the country, the Fast Track Racing Series.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. It is the fastest hour on Dirt Radio, Fast Track Weekly Live. Sorry about that. We had went quickly to a commercial break, but I wanted to throw out there, Tommy Tedder, before we let you go, because I know you got dinner coming up here in a minute. Tommy Tedder, the voice of the Ultimate Super Series on the program. Wayne Robertson coming up at the bottom of the hour, 7:45. Max King, great show lined up. And by the way, if I ain't mentioned it, happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there from everybody at Fast Track, too. We love all of y'all. Can I say that in a nice way? No.
I'm just going to let it sit on that, Wesley.
We love all the drivers. We love all the fans. We love all the listeners. And we thank all y'all for loving the Fast Track Racing Series as we roar into, actually, we love thank you for loving Fast Track Companies International as we roar into the decade of Speed Tour in the third year for the Ultimate Tour. Okay, before we went to a break, Tommy, we were talking about Beckley. Possible big announcement with Fast Track in regards to Ripley on Labor Day weekend possibly taking place. I know there's been some talks about that. And just really cool to see the Ultimate Series going up in the Middle Ohio Valley of West Virginia.
It is, Wesley. Again, just it's a great opportunity for us to expand a little bit. A lot of great cars in the area. But by the persons those two tracks putting up, both Beckley and Ripley, it's going to draw a lot of teams. We will have a good car count at both of those shows. So I encourage the fans to come out. 2 new venues for me. I mean, you guys went to Beckley last year on the Fast Track side and said it was just outstanding races. I watched some of them on the videos and TV, and they were outstanding. So very fortunate for the Ultimate Series to be a part of that venue this year.
Absolutely. A lot of great things coming up here on the 2013 season, as it will be here in a couple of weeks. It's like I tell people all the time, Tommy, what off season? It seems like, more tracks want to add more races. You finished up the week before Thanksgiving at Screven with the Ultimate Series. And of course, it seems like 2 months later, bam, it's back to grind again 3 months later. And it seems like this day and age, a lot of racetracks chomp at the bit to want to get the first touring dates for touring series. So they might even next year. Hell, we started in January for Fast Track. You never know. Ultimate might be down there for a race sometime in the winter.
That's true. I mean, there are tracks in this area. There's some open practices this weekend in my area down the road, and there's an open practice this weekend. So yeah, it's ready to go.
Absolutely. Well, listen, Tommy, buddy, thank you so much for being on tonight and chatting it up with us and talking about the Fast Track Racing Series and as well as the Ultimate Super Late Model Tour. Definitely it's going to be an exciting 2013 program, and I understand, just like what you said, we've got a lot new drivers, we got a lot new interest being given into the Ultimate Tour. We've had another X brand fall by or maybe merge is what I understand is now being told. Sadly, hate that a series goes under, anybody going under, whether it's a track, a race series, whichever, but like you said, we welcome anybody that wants to be a part of a great premier touring series in the Southeast to run the Ultimate Super Late Model Tour.
Yeah, we welcome anybody with open arms. I think you'll find that you'll find a home with us. We try to do things the right way. Race director and series director Kelly Carlton, I can't give him enough credit for how hard he's worked on our series along with Fast Track, and of course Mr. Lester is standing behind us on everything we do. So it's I feel very strongly about our series and what we have to offer. Just encourage everyone to come out, and if we don't have a tradition, come out and see the Clinton County Speedway on a Friday night. We'll give you a good weekly show there as well.
Absolutely, and by the way, thank you so much, buddy, for tuning in to what will be the first or being on the interview tonight, which will be the first of many interviews. I know we're gonna definitely have you on and have drivers on and chatting it up, and should be a great 2013 season. Thank you for being on this evening.
Thank you so much, Wesley. Looking forward to the 2013 season and hope to see you real soon.
Absolutely. UltimateSupers.com. Go to the website. That's Tommy Tedder, voice of the Ultimate Tour, and a great job as always he does. And again, like I said, listeners, on ETV Live, powered by HD Radio Network, you will be hearing from this man. As he was he's a big integral part of what we do with our Fast Track radio coverage. Might even probably try to broadcast an Ultimate Racer too, maybe this 2013 season. Quick break. When we come back, we will go to the Empire State of New York. And Rowdy Wayne Robertson from Corning, New York, will join us in that number 20 TNT when we come back after the break. Don't go anywhere. Fast Track Weekly Live on ETV Live, powered by the HD Radio Network, right after this word. Shortway Real Estate Incorporated, conveniently located off of intersection I-81 and I-77 in Withville, Virginia. Services all of Southwest Virginia in residential, farms, recreational, and commercial properties. The company is owned by Jason and Judy Short. Judy has been in the real estate market for over 15 years and is the broker of Shortway Real Estate. And they have two of the top agents in Southwest Virginia. Their goal is simple: to provide the best customer service and build business on repeat clients. You can get pre-approvals in less than 20 minutes. They have many properties located on over 300 websites nationwide. You can call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for customer service guaranteed. And guess what? Licensed in Virginia, they can show you any property listed in the Commonwealth state. They're located at 1205 East Main Street in Withville, Virginia. For more details, call 276-223-4018. That's 276-223-4018. Shortway Real Estate Incorporated, reminding you, take the short way home. Welcome back to Fast Track Weekly Live on this Tuesday night, February the 12th. Fastest hour on Dirt Radio. Wesley Outland here with you in Command Central from the Fast Track Shack located in Florence, North Carolina. And, of course, now we're going to go to the phone line. Big thanks to Maria Pergola and everybody at Team FK Audience for what they do and sponsoring the Fast Track Weekly Live show, as well as Jason and Judy Short for Shortway Real Estate Incorporated. And, of course, back to the phone lines we go to the Empire State of New York. And the driver, the number 20 TNT entry out of Corning, New York, Rowdy Wayne Robertson. What's up, Rowdy?
Not a whole lot. How you doing, Wesley?
Man, how's things been for you? Obviously, man, what a great trip it was down at East Bay for the Winter Nationals for you. How would you say your 3 days of racing fared to start the 2013 season for Fast Track?
Oh, I'd say we learned a lot. We had a good time down there. We were able to bring our car a little faster towards the end. I think we could have gained a little bit more in another trip, but maybe that's what next year will bring, a little more time on the track, and we had a good time.
Absolutely, and of course, joining us from Corning, New York, the number 20 TNT chassis, Rowdy Wayne Robertson. And I'll tell you what, man, you have definitely got quite a racing a recipe. I was about to say you've got quite a recipe. You've got quite a racing. Well, let's just say it. You got a racing recipe background. I'm telling you what, Wayne, man, what a great career you've got, and what made you decide to just continue to up and drive Fast Track?
Well, the competition is real high. I like the cost of the engine program. We can't go out and do the $40,000 engine stuff, and the tire bill that a lot of those kids get involved with. But the tech program with Fastrak and just the loyalty that everybody has at Fastrak to their competitors, to their tracks, to the fans, really makes me stick with them.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what, I am just doing some checks on some stuff about your racing career and what you've done. And man, I got to say this too before we go any further. What a great performance you put on at the World Championship.
Yeah, that's still lingering in the back of my mind. I think it won't go away until I get another trip back down to that place and see if we can be just as fast and just as dominant as we were that weekend. Just a unique place. Love travel. Love meeting new race fans and racers alike. And hopefully we get to see this thing on TV and get to show my sponsors what we did for them over that weekend.
Absolutely, and I want to send a shout-out real quickly to Brian Barker. He says, you are the man in the booth. There's nobody better than you, Wesley, calling or doing a radio show. Thank you so much, Brian. I appreciate that. And, man, I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for these guys that we have on the racetrack, I wouldn't have nothing to talk about, guys like you, Wayne.
Yeah, we really appreciate what you do in the booth and getting the sponsors out to the fans, letting them know who's there, helping us out, and really pushing the Fastrak logo.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what. How have you adapted? Of course, the last couple of weeks, it was cold as hell up north. I know it had to. How did you adapt to being down from I guess in the teens and then being in the 80-degree weather and not getting sick and being able to race and compete down in Florida? And what kind of an experience was it with you to be a part of something like that for the Winter Nationals?
Well, it was a great experience. I've always wanted to be down there. I never thought I'd be able to be down there and race. I always wanted to go down and spend a couple of weeks and just go to all dirt tracks and see what racing was like in Florida. So to be a part of the Winter Nationals and kick it off this year was spectacular, and have good runs at East Bay and a successful trip with no hauler issues or anything. We had a great trip. Coming home to the cold weather and the snow was quite difficult. Needless to say, I haven't spent a whole lot of time outdoors since we've been back, just trying to get back in the rhythm of things here. It was 81 degrees for 2-3 days down there, so yeah, it was gorgeous.
Absolutely, and of course, I want to send another big shout-out to a man tuning in from Pennsylvania, Rick Radmore, listening in. Thank you, Rick. Appreciate you. And again, if you want to send out tweets, Fastrak_Racing at Twitter.com. If you'd like to call in and talk to Wayne Robertson, you're more than welcome to do that as well. 317-489-9388. That's, again, 317-489-9388. Please remember, keep it racing-related. Don't talk about ridiculous mess on here because I have the power to hang up on you. Wayne, I'll tell you what, man. What are you looking forward to in 2013 with the Fastrak program?
Well, we're looking forward to, first of all, getting our new car from TNT Race Cars, getting that on the track and see what we can do with that. Never really had some new equipment like we're going to have with them. It's a fabulous piece. Really just looking forward to our first show. It's going to be a little later than what they are down south. We still got to pound the ice off the tracks up here in April to get out on them. So I'm looking forward to what the schedule looks like. I understand there's some other events being added to the Northeast schedule. Hopefully get some other weekly tracks up this way. It's growing yearly with the crates up in this area. And I don't know, just looking forward to getting out there and seeing what we can do. Let's travel a little bit more this year, maybe down in Georgia, hit 2-3 races in a row or something on a weekend, and come back so we get those 12 races for the World Championship.
Now, I do know this for a fact. You have made it announced you're planning on going down to the Peach State for the Gordon Park 100 coming up in the first week of March 1st and 2nd.
No, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it to that one. I was never going to be able to make it. to the Gordon Park, maybe just to watch.
Okay.
But too much going on here with the old car and trying to get some sponsors finalized and laid out the plans. A lot of behind the scenes stuff that the fans don't really see or hear of. Things I'm doing now, trying to focus on to finish out this off season.
And can I throw out there, folks, anything can and will happen. He might say right now tonight that he might not be able to make the trip, but anything can happen. He might pop up. He might be playing mind games with you. So just throw that out there to everybody. You never.
Everyone knows how us racers are spontaneous and combust, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. And they don't call him Rowdy Wayne for. Hey, by the way, real quickly, why don't you give us the story of where that nickname comes from?
Thanks for putting me on the spot there.
I just came with that.
I was back in probably my early years, probably 5-6 years ago. Just maybe hadn't honed in my driving talents 100% yet, and I'm not scared to move somebody out of the way if they're in the way or need moving. Racing's racing. We aren't playing tennis. This is a contact sport, and everybody out there, I think, would probably bump dress their grandmother for the win. So definitely pulled off some last minute maneuvers and haven't made some people happy in the end, but it's all about racing, and they'd end up doing the same if it was them.
Absolutely. I want to send a shout out real quickly to John Westling in Indianapolis, Indiana. He's freezing his tail off right now, I guess, like you are up in New York. When is the sign of warm weather coming through Corny, New York for you, Wayne?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of warm weather in this time. We get 40 every now and then, so it's t-shirt.
Absolutely, man. And I know I want to send our thoughts and prayers to everybody up in the Northeast, because a lot of people got hammered by that snowstorm. What do they call it? Hurricane Sandy. They called it a blizzard Sandy or tropical. It was a blizzard.
Winter storm Nemo. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fish got us. The little fish got us. I saw some photos from Maria at FK Rod-Ends, and she snowed into like feet of snow. So I'm really feeling for those guys out there in the New England states. They got hit pretty hard, so we just gotta keep them in our thoughts.
Well, I'll tell you what. I was going to ask you. I know. Maybe I've asked it already. The world, running the Winter Nationals down in Florida. How do you think that it was an overall success? And would you like to go back down there again and maybe even try to make a week-long deal? I like the way the Lucas guys are this week down there. What was your overall, thoughts of how the entire trip went going down to Florida? And obviously it was a big surprise in October when we announced it. Maybe if we had a year more to prep and prepare for it, you think it'll make it a bigger event next year?
Yeah, I think that's going to definitely help. I've had a lot of racers from up this area contact me, ask how it went. Pretty excited to possibly go down next year. And I definitely, in our case, love if it were a week program. We went down for a week anyway, shook the car down up at a different track, and just want to make sure everything was okay. So, yeah, a week would work perfect because by the time you get to travel down, for us it was 24 hours down to Tampa. So by the time you take your time off from your regular 40-hour work week, it's you might as well just take the week, put a couple weekends in the ends, and go racing. I mean, that's what we're down there to do anyway. So might as well.
I got a question for you, Wayne, and it's coming in from somebody via Twitter on Fastrak_racing at Twitter.com. Jason Lubin is asking a question. And also Matt Jester is also responding as well. What is your thoughts of the whole crate late model wars going on in the Northeast? And obviously we don't want to mention no names, the X brand. If you want to mention Fast Track, you can. But what is your thoughts and perception of what's happening with the whole battles up there? Thank you, Matt and Jason, for that question.
It's actually a pretty good question. In my case, I have to travel wherever I go. A long distance to race with anyone. So it makes it hard on me personally and our team personally to maybe have to have two different tires to run and we're still driving, 4 hours to race.
Right.
On the other hand, it's probably going to help some guys that just want to race. We're not a team that race weekly. We try to travel to big shows when we do race. So for me and our team, sticking with Fast Track and what I know works with the series is good for us right now. It's too difficult one car to stick your nose out there and try to run two different series and still be competitive with both, to where we can be competitive with Fast Track with what we have and know works now. I think it's probably going to hurt some guys as well that might want to run both. Have tracks within an hour or hour and a half of them that run both series. So I guess we'll just see what the future brings, and I just hope that all the other racers out there I met along the way in the last few years can benefit from either way. I hope that they're able to keep pretty hard.
Absolutely, and I want to send out this message to all of our Northeast competitors as well as the driver that is tuned in to, Wayne Robertson, that please be patient. We are going to unveil the Southeast the Northeast Championship schedule. I just want to hint out, and you know what? I don't even want to ad-lib. I just want to point-blank put out the statement from my boss, founder and CEO Stan Lester, before we go any further, because this is from his words. Attention Northeast teams, our original plan was to announce a schedule today. Of course, this was on Saturday afternoon. However, one of our track promoters is out of the state and won't be back until Monday, handling other obligations, plus other promoters at other events. Plus, we have had 3 additional tracks called this week wanting dates and considering sanctioning. Our plans are to have one meeting next month in which we can meet, put a schedule together that works for everyone, including our fans and teams. I truly appreciate the Fast Track Weekly tracks in the Northeast area taking the time and initiative to come together and do this. It shows the true dedication these tracks have in supporting the whole organization of Fast Track Companies International. To date, and I can say this, to date, there are 15 races locked in. I can say this backing it up because I've seen them as the announcer PR guy. If everything comes through, there should be no more than 19 or 20 events. He says in closing, personally, Wayne Robertson, I think anything only more hurts than 20 for weekly tracks. This tour is there to help legitimize the current racing in the area nearby, where teams have an opportunity to run some larger shows and make bigger money. Anything above that only takes cars away from the weekly tracks in their program. It's a fine line to cross. Others have tried to cross it and failed, but we aren't trying to make a living off the tour. We are trying to make it fair for all involved. Regards, Stan Lester. Pretty forthcoming and honest letter there from the boss, Stan Lester, Wayne.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to keep everybody informed like that is what I like with the Fast Track guys. All you bunch down there do a great job, and he's right. I've run a series that had 25, 23 races on a schedule before, and stuff. It really takes away from a weekly championship you're trying to win at your local track, and still try to follow your tour races. And from past experience, I've seen it hurt local racetracks. So I think it's a great idea to keep it at a minimum. A lot of the guys that are following the tour and spending all the fuel cost money right now, I think they'll appreciate that as well.
Well, Wayne Robertson, buddy, as always, it's an honor talking to you. We had about an hour and a half conversation before we even got on the air live tonight, and I told you as fast as we get on the air talking about this stuff, it's going to fly by. But real quickly, this is your chance to thank out your sponsors and your teams. And by the way, I want to throw out there to Tony and Teresa Ford at TNT Chassis. You got a new chassis coming your way from the Nashville Awards Banquet.
Yeah, we do. I figured probably better just put it right together. Chassis is no good to me sitting in the garage collecting dust. So we're going to put the new car together with them and see what we can make happen up here up north with one of our cars.
Awesome. Let's get off the air with you, Wayne, man. Thank you so much for being on tonight. But before we let you go, thank out all your sponsors and teams and family and everybody you want to thank.
Yeah, first off, my wife, she really puts up with me a whole lot gone. taking care of the house and everything when I'm up at the shop and racing. I really appreciate that. Robert Stone, Lincoln Max, Creative Visions, Del Grosso Trucking, Conklin Solutions, Joe Wilcox Performance Automatics, Wilkins RV, DMI, CV Products, everybody that helps me out. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to listen to you get started.
Absolutely. Wayne, buddy, thank you so much for your support and everything for Fast Track, and we appreciate you wholeheartedly. I know it's a long haul to make a lot of events. I mean, well, hell, before I let you go, how far was the miles from New York to Florida for Tampa for East Bay Winter Nationals when you ran?
Our round trip mileage was 3,080 miles.
Wow, 3,000 miles. You want to talk about dedication for a great pro late model team? That man's got it. Definitely got it. Another man we want to mention, Kurt Wash out of Shawano, Wisconsin, made a long trip from Wisconsin as well to be there. Great having you on, Wayne, and I'm pretty certain we'll have you on this year when you win races, whether in the Northeast or Southeast or even the National Touring Program.
Absolutely. Thank you, Wesley.
Absolutely. Driver the number 20 car, the TNT, Wayne Robertson out of Corning, New York. Great interview. Great individual. Man, me and him and his wife, Jessica, and founder and CEO, Stan Lester, and Director of Operations, Brian Haynes, and we just had, and even Steve Hendren, the Motorhead, we just had an awesome time. Not even going nowhere in Nashville. We were just downstairs in the outside the main entrance of the Marriott Hotel, just laughing and cutting up and having a great time talking about racing and for what is to come for 2013. Final guest of the night, Max King, co-promoter with Stan Lester and Brad York of Livonia Speedway. And then I'm out of here Florida bound, and we'll get ready to do it again next Tuesday night. Final break. And we'll have on Max King right after this. This is Fast Track Weekly Live on ATV Live, powered by the HD Radio Network.
GM Performance Parts are under every hood in Fast Track competition. GM Performance Parts. When performance really counts, count on GM Performance Parts. Found in major parts stores all over the country.
City Chevrolet is the race fan's friend with great low-price deals every day on quality cars, trucks, and vans. Visit City Chevrolet online today at citychevrolet.com for an unbeatable online deal on a new or used Chevy vehicle. City Chevrolet, centrally located in the heart of racing country on Highway 74 in beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina. The little drive that saves race fans a lot.
And I think we're back. Well, all right, everybody.
You're listening to the Fast Track Radio Network, the voice of the premier pro late model series in the country, the Fast Track Racing Series.
Final guest of the night as we are coming up on the 8 o'clock hour. We got a couple of minutes to spend with this gentleman, co-promoter with Stan Lester of Livonia Speedway, working along with General Manager Brad York of Livonia Speedway, is Max King. Max on the line, ready to close out the show with us. Max, buddy, Late Model Mania, the return of Late Model Mania, March the 8th, 9th, and 10th. How excited are you and everybody in company at Livonia to get that place cranking again?
We're very excited that we're almost finished up, ready to go. And Late Model Mania has always been one of the biggest events at the Speedway, and we are getting a lot of feedback from the internet, Facebook, people coming by the track, phone calls. We're just getting overwhelmed with calls coming in about there. I'm so happy about this Speedway opening back up.
Absolutely. You know, I'm one of the moderators, and actually I created the Livonia Speedway Facebook page, and, man, it's just so crazy. I've got this new stat manager on my phone, and it constantly goes up of how many people are liking the Livonia page or commenting or becoming friends on the page or wanting information. You're up to 1,753, and this page was created just before Christmas. That's pretty impressive.
It is. It's come from different states around. As far as New York, talking about coming in and watching the Late Model Mania.
Absolutely, and I know this event, Late Model Mania, has definitely been big in years past. And I'll tell you what, everybody I've hollered at and talked with are just hyped up, and they are excited with the return of the Livonia Speedway. And we only got a couple of minutes before we wrap it up. We had some issues that put us behind. We apologize for that, but I'll tell you what, though, Max, real quickly, just talk about the hype and the excitement of everything that is in store for everyone at that 3/8 mile track. And if you've never been to Livonia Speedway, this is your chance to brainwash these listeners and make them want to pack their bags and be in the Peach State come in March.
That's right. We have a tremendous facility there. Our grandstands are very high. You can see the whole track. We've got extra good parking for the big rigs on the outside now, plus parking on the inside. And people that had won there before said, you've done something when you went to Livonia and outrunning some of the big boys. So we're, Brad, our track promoter, and Stan Lester, my partner there, we all are very, very excited about getting this thing back on track. And we want everybody welcome to come out and witness this track being opened back up, because it's one of the best premier tracks and facilities in the area.
Hey, and I want to throw this out there before we get off the air. Stan Lester called me Saturday. And, folks, you want to talk about dedication, you want to talk about trying to get this place up and running. Stan Lester called me, and he said, I'm looking for paint. This was at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. On Saturday, he was looking for paint, and bottom line, if there's anybody out there, he's still looking for paint. Am I correct, Max? Or
That's correct. That's correct. Because we want to repaint our grandstands, and we want to put the paint on the wall around the speedway, on the inside wall and the outside wall as much as possible we can. So we're still looking for someone to still help us out with helping the sponsors with the paint.
Yes, I'm sorry. My wife just sent something to me very funny. I apologize. But anyhow, I just wanted to throw this out here in closing. If you are not doing anything March 8th, 9th, and 10th, you need to be at Stop it, Tabitha. Late Model Mania. It's going to be a big event. And we call it a triple main event, Max, because you've got a $2,000 to win Southeastern Late Model Sportsman Series event with Randy McCoy and the great series he has. Then you've got a $3,000 to win Fast Track Pro Late Model event, 3 days of racing, practice Friday, qualifying heat Saturday, Conti's feature Sunday, and also the debut of the Ultimate Super Late Model Series on a Sunday afternoon. And before we close up in less than a minute, I want to throw out there as well, according to Stan Lester, we're going to get going, and we're going to be done by at least 7 o'clock on a Sunday night. We don't want to keep everybody in the stands, and we got people to go to church on Sunday as well, Max.
We're going to try to get them on there as soon as possible on Sunday afternoon.
Definitely. Max, man, our time has flew by as fast as we got on the air less than 9 minutes ago. Real quickly, throw out the contact info if anybody wants to have any questions. I believe contact Brad York, correct?
Correct. Brad's our promoter there, and a lot of times I'll have the people to call him because I don't want to give any wrong information on anything about the cars or the rules or this type of stuff. So they can contact Brad York.
Brad York, give him a call. You can find his number on Livonia Speedway 2013 on Facebook. Thank you so much, Max. We'll see you at Late Model Mania coming up March 8th, 9th, and 10th at Livonia Speedway.
Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. That is Max King, and with that, we are out of here. I am less than an hour away from being Florida-bound, but I wanted to get the Fast Track show out of the way. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. We'll do it again next Tuesday night. So thank you to John Wesley running the boards. Thank you to all of our guests, Tommy Terry with the Ultimate Series, Wayne Robertson with the Fast Track Pro Late Model number 20, and, of course, Max King. We'll do it again next Tuesday for everybody at Fast Track Companies International. I'm Wesley Outland. Good night and God bless.